Hi, and I'm Jennifer Thompson. I am your intuitive realtor, and thank you for joining me, all you beautiful, radiant souls. Today is Monday, April. We're in April. April the 5th. And again, thank you for joining me. It is my pleasure to be here with you to share the real estate stats for Midland, Penetanguishene, Tay, and Tiny Townships. I work with Remax Georgian Bay in Midland, and I service all of Southern Georgian Bay. So I'm going to start off here. So Midland, in the last 7 days, single family listings, we have 10. The average list price is $516,313, and the average sale price in the last 7 days has been $526,754. In Penetanguishene, last 7 days, we've had 2 active listings come on the market. And the average list price for those 2 is $480,193, and the average sale price in the last 7 days is $662,388. In Tiny Township, in the last 7 days, we've had 21 active listings come on the market. Tiny is hot. Average list price for these is $1,329,000. And the average sale price in the last 7 days is $711,757. And then finally in Tay Township, we have 7 active listings in the past week. Average list price being at $723,064. The average sale price has been $556,115. So there you have it. The market's still staying pretty steady. We still have the buyers to sellers ratio, is still very uneven. We have many buyers and not as many sellers. So, but again, it's just the beginning of April. I think folks that are thinking of listing are getting their houses prepared. So we're not in the heat of the market yet, the spring market, but we're ramping up to it. So again, still a great time to list your home. Not too much competition, and houses are still, the prices are still going really strong. So that's it for the reading this week. I am going to do the energy reading. This week I am using again the Moonology deck. The boxes are behind me, the decks I'm using. Moonology to draw a card for the overall energy of the week or message. And the Enchanted deck, I will do the Celtic Cross again with that. The Enchanted map, I said Enchanted deck, but it's the map by Colette Baron-Reid. This is a new one for me. I haven't really used it too much. I think basically I open the box, I look at the cards, put my energy in them, and then put them back in the box. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of energies I connect with today. I have the book right beside me in case I need a reference. So I shuffled all these, and let's just see what message our Spirit wants to give us for the week, for our highest good. I pulled this card before. Was it last week or the week before? I'm not sure. But it's the Balsamic Moon card again. And I've shuffled these. It's a time for healing. So that's the card there, time for healing. So apparently we're still in this phase of healing. This is deep healing. This is touching on core beliefs, things that we've been holding on to regarding, our past and who we are. So these are deep beliefs and deep hurts that, you know, you can't just release them and be healed. It takes time. So we're still working on those apparently, which I kind of knew for myself, but okay, so I guess maybe that card, it's a reminder too that, you know, if this resonates with you, that we are in that healing phase. And I think, you know, we need not to be hard on ourselves. But, you know, can we hold compassion for ourselves? Can we be loving to ourselves and hold that space while we transition? Okay, and so general reading, using the Celtic cross, asking our guides in spirit for a message about all the energies around us. Okay, so our present energies. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not going to show you the card yet. Have you been feeling a lot of heavy energies lately? I know I have, really heavy. And I was kind of getting lost in them, especially with this lockdown again. You know, it's spring, we want to get out and do things, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh, will this ever end? It's almost like being trapped. You want to get out, but we can't. So if you have been feeling heavy energies, where do you go from there? So the card I pulled is rock bottom. So this is about, to me, you know, obviously rock bottom, you can't go any lower. But you don't want to be trapped there either. So in this card, it's showing pathways. So, you know, there's nowhere to go but up from here. I think this is about bringing awareness to where you are, accepting, you know, okay, it is what it is. So what do I want to do about it? Don't get stuck here. I think that's what this is saying. A lot of us have, you know, been in this energy or feeling it around us, maybe fighting it. We can feel it underneath the surface. Just acknowledge it, acknowledge where you are. There's nothing bad about it. It's just part of the process. And again, there's nowhere to go but up. So the challenge across this card, I'm laughing because it's a one-ring circus. You know, so to me, the opportunity in the rock bottom card, in this card that crosses it, is about remembering not to take it all so seriously. That is a really good reminder. It's a good one for me too. Don't take it all so seriously. Every one of us is on our own journey. We each have to find our way through it. But I think the biggest message is just don't take it all so personally, so seriously. It may oftentimes feel like you're all alone in this as well. Remember, you're not. I feel like because this person is perched out here and they're on the very top, they do feel kind of isolated, and they're not looking out towards us, but they're looking off in the distance. So to me, that is like your mind is wandering. You're not being present. You're looking where you want to be rather than where you are. And I think in doing that, we you know, you're not being present. But what I'm trying to say is that that feeling of looking out to where you want to be and rather than where you are is keeping us from being centered. Shoot, I keep forgetting what I want to say and that I keep going in circles. It's making us feel isolated. So if we bring ourselves back and just accept how we're feeling and where we're at, and maybe do that gratitude awareness list, you know, write it down, things that you're grateful for in the present moment that you can see and feel and touch and taste and smell, using your senses to bring you back and find the things that you're grateful for. And then you'll realize that, you know, you do have a support system around you, and you aren't alone, you aren't isolated. There are resources as well for you, and you're not alone. So the past energy is bringing us to here. Wow, these cards are so beautiful. So this one is education. So during, you know, the last few months, we've been learning a lot about ourselves, our limits. We've done a lot of internal soul searching, if that resonates with you. We've made decisions about, you know, changes we want to make in our life. I see this, it doesn't feel like it's been an easy journey, especially the internal one, where we have recognized wounds or parts of ourselves that need healing and attention. Feels like, because she's not happy, but there's a lot of light coming out of the book. And so to me, it's like illuminating our shadow self, the parts of ourself that we haven't wanted to look at, we've been avoiding. And so a lot of this is about bringing a lot of that to light. And that would definitely, you know, looking at all those shadow parts, the parts that are uncomfortable, that can bring you down. They're not feel-good things. We've been avoiding them for a reason. So let's see what the future brings. Into the unknown. Whoa. So there you go. So there's into the unknown. So I'm just, to me, instantly, you know, I'm thinking of make the changes, moving in new directions. You don't know the answers, of course. It is an unknown, very much an unknown. And this is about having trust. So you are making changes. You're in your outside world to reflect new awarenesses on the inside. And again, both internally, externally, everything on the outside is a reflection of what's going on on the inside. So maybe you don't know the direction. She almost feels to me she doesn't even know where she's going. She knows there's change coming, but I feel like she doesn't know what it is. Maybe it actually feels more like she doesn't know where she's going, that she is blindfolded. I feel fear as well in this card. It feels like there's fear to me. And again, you know, she's not alone. There's a little helper here beside her. There's the bird. Okay, so let's see what we're working towards. Commitment. Oh, okay. There's commitment. So there's the card. It's this one feels to me like this is a commitment to your own growth, to your own evolvement. But it also feels like there's opportunities coming, ones that you're going to have to be deciding on if this is something that you want to do. Does it fit with your values? Does it fit with your energies, the new you? Because the energies that you are leaving behind, you might have been doing something, living somewhere, doing a certain job. And this one actually feels like there's new opportunities coming into your life. And you just have to decide if you feel that they're in alignment with where you're going and the new awarenesses you have. So the underlying is storm fields. Whoa, okay. So to me, this card is a reflection of, it's funny, usually a lot of my readings are internal, but this one feels more external to me. I mean, obviously there's the internal, but this reading feels more like external things. So storm fields. So the underlying energies, into where we're going, things haven't been feeling like they've been fitting very well. Perhaps like an old shoe, things are feeling too tight and constricted, and you no longer find happiness in the pleasures or your job that you used to. And so you're looking at other ways of being in the world or other things that you can do to bring you fulfillment and happiness. So you're opening yourself up. But there's been a deep sense of discontentment, which is causing you to look elsewhere and adding to the feeling of the heaviness. So let's see what advice Spirit has. I hope it's some good advice. Wow, okay. So we got deep freeze. So the energies in this card instantly make me not think. If I was going to think about that card, I would come up with something very different. But the feeling in this card, because to me, a deep freeze, a sense of everything being frozen, is about stillness. And so instantly I come to, the stillness within. So the advice that I feel this card is giving is about finding your strength, finding your center in all the turmoil. I feel like it's turmoil. The changes, you're not knowing where you're going, feeling that you're kind of empty and discontented. And so this card to me is about finding that stillness within, practicing finding that quietness. When you walk out in nature, maybe you've had this experience many times, there's like a silence that's underlying the sounds of the wind and the trees and the birds and all the wonderful nature sounds. But underneath that, there's this penetrating, overarching silence. And that is also within us. So to me, this card is about coming back to that place within, finding that stillness within. And from there, we realize that we are none of the feelings of discontentment. We are not at a place of rock bottom. It's just a perception of growth. There's always growth after contraction. So there's trusting that as well. Knowing that you are a beautiful, bright, shining light, an essence, having the experience in the human body. And I mean, they're not separate, they're together. I mean, they're combined. What's the word I want? But But I think just creating space by coming to that point of stillness inside you, finding that it's almost like getting rerouted, and but also it gives you a feeling of expansion and what's the word I want? Not disconnected, but what is the word? I can't stand. It bugs me when that happens. Anyways, I hope you know the word I mean. That there's space. That there is space. You're not being pushed down. Anyways, okay, I'm going to move on to the next card. External influences, metamorphosis. Okay, so yes, you are changing internally, externally. Everything you see in the world is a reflection of your inner being. It's a reflection of your state of being, your perceptions on it. I thought to say that just because of the two flamingos here. They're reflecting each other almost. Yes, metamorphosis. There's the butterfly having just come from the cocoon. Oh my gosh, that is a great. I am so hurting for words today. I'm so sorry. Because there's another word I want, but I'm not getting it either. Maybe I should have had more coffee this morning. But, the being in the cocoon, and when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, there's that feeling of contraction and being trapped, and almost like, the world is ending. But then all of a sudden, there's expansion. The caterpillar breaks free and is transformed into this amazing butterfly. And that is exactly what's going on right now. So I think, we just have to remember that, we are in this state of transformation. So hopes and fears stuck in the mud. Yeah. So that's definitely a fear. We feel that this is going to go on forever and we're always going to feel this way. That being said, we got to remember everything is always changing. Change is the constant, right? So this is temporary. This too shall pass. All those great sayings. It's so true. We're not going to be feeling like this forever. So just have faith. Have faith. You are in that transition, and things will change. And they'll be perceived as lighter and brighter and more expansive. And the outcome is a golden palace. So to me, this card, let's see if I can see how it feels. This actually feels kind of like a complicated card. Because in one aspect, it feels very daunting. But there's this goldenness, which feels very beautiful and loving. But then I love all these roots too, but it's very in shadow as well. It's dark. Golden Palace. You know what? Let me see. I think I'm going to look that one up because it seems like it almost feels like a challenge or an opportunity, but with an amazing opportunity, because I'm picturing being on top of that and looking out and seeing the view, and it's like going uphill. It's like we're climbing this hill, and it's a struggle. It feels hard. We don't know where we're going, but then we get to the top. We're sitting on top of this beautiful building, and then we can see what it was all about. Then we have understanding. We see this view, and we see the vast landscape for miles and miles and miles. And then it's like, oh, now I get it. Now I see and I understand. That's what that card feels to me. And that's the outcome card. So let me see what this says. Oh, 23. I almost looked at the wrong one. Okay. So this card, the Golden Palace, represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment. As perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So there you go. So it is definitely about being successful, making that climb, sitting on the top, seeing the big picture, making it to the end of with all this that we're going through. And so have faith, carry the peace that it's all going to work out in your favor. You are loved. I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for joining me again. And please come back again next week. I would love to see you again. And also, if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification bell so that you will know every time I upload a new video. Thank you again so much. I love you. Take care. Bye.